The Beamer was a bloody awesome amount of fun. Like just hilarious. You could tell that it was beautifully made from the top quality components. The engine, well, this is a parallel twin. It's a parallel twin. I knew exactly what it was going to do. It had bucket loads of torque, and oh man, and the bark from the exhaust was just magnificent. Didn't handle quite as well as I was expecting. I'm sure you'd get used to that, but yeah, definitely understeered compared to the old CB500. But and the only other problem was I ended up with the heated hand grips on for half the ride, which made things a little toasty when they didn't need to be. But man, apart from that, it was a bloody good bike, and I could see myself on one very easily. The Z800 is also a damn beautiful bike, but it is just too heavy. Not a big deal when you were moving, but the test ride route that I was on had a lot of traffic lights, and we swapped bikes a couple of times, and every time you stopped and parked the bike at the curb, man, that 240 kilos, you felt every single gram of it, and it just never felt like it was going to be a stable bike. And considering that I'm going to be commuting on whatever I buy, yeah, it's just not going to work. So unfortunately, the Z800, while it's a beautiful bike, and it is a beautiful bike, yeah, it's just not for me. The Street Triple was a completely different story. That engine is fantastic. It was nimble, it was lively, and they are also a damn fine looking bike. But maybe I think I could probably settle this question with a longer test ride, but I just felt jammed up on it. I just didn't feel comfortable on it. I felt like I fit on the Z800, and I felt like I fit on the F800, but the Street Triple, I felt like I was getting jammed up. I'll be honest, every time I stopped the bike, I was jamming my nuts up against the petrol tank, and it was just uncomfortable and awkward, and I'd either need to correct my seating position on it, or maybe it's just not the right shape for me. The last one to test, which was the real surprise packet, and that's given away a fair bit, was this Honda CB500, the Honda CB650F. Good God, that thing! I sat on it and went. There's no even needing to. I got the feel of it, and I felt like I got the feel of it in about 200 meters, and it sounds pretty cool. It's so smooth. It just was a lot of fun. But yeah, I was shocked. I'll say that I was shocked, because I was really expecting it to be nothing special. I was just expecting it to feel cheap. Let's put it that way. I was expecting it to feel cheap compared to the, it's a $10,000 bike, and the others are all $14,000, $15,000 bikes. So I was expecting it to feel cheap, and it didn't feel cheap. It felt really, really nice. So, if budget comes into it, which it may, then the Honda is going to be a pretty strong contender. But yeah, no, that Honda was comfortable. It was smooth, it was predictable, it was relatively bloody flickable through corners. So yeah, the CB 650 was pretty tops. So if I was going to rank them right now, I'll be going back, because the F800R, there's a new version of it, new model coming out next year. So I'll definitely be I think test riding the 2015 F800R. The CB 650F, if it comes down to that, I don't think I'm going to need another test ride on that. It was just, oh man, I just felt like a fit. I really do need a longer test ride on the Triumph, because apart from the ergonomics, and there was only a small problem with the ergonomics, don't get me wrong, but on a 6-hour ride it'd drive you nuts. Yeah, so right now, if money was no object, it'd be the F800R. If money is going to be an object, then it's going to be the Honda. But I still have yet to try the Tiger, which I think will solve the ergonomics issue, but also have that awesome Triumph motor.